No man is an island, as they say. But have you ever experienced getting really irritated or drained just by the mere existence of other people? They haven't done anything to you and you are fully aware you have nothing against them too, but you just feel extremely exhausted being around other people. Well, this video may be for you. In today's inspiration calling video, we will be learning about the possible reasons why you hate being around other people. This is to help you understand yourself more and how to cope with these things. But before we even get there, help us grow our community by subscribing to our channel. This is a safe space to learn more about you, your personality, and anything involving psychology. Please don't forget to click the notification bell too so we can notify you whenever we upload new content. If you're done with that, let's get straight into the video. To be honest, there are a lot of reasons why a person might not prefer spending time with other people. It can go on to really serious causes down to what seems to be petty ones. If you struggle with the same thing, watch until the end as we explore the possible reasons behind this. Here are some of them. 1. You don't like socializing because you are an introvert. By nature, introverts prefer to be alone or in a smaller group than to mingle with a lot of people at once. In a room full of people, you might find them interacting with only a few of the people there. However, this does not mean they hate those who they haven't spoken to that night. The reason why introverts do this is due to the fact that a crowd can easily drain their energy. It also does not help that they have such little energy for socialization. It's not a weird thing because it is just how they function in this world. Even with just small talks and a few interactions with other people, they may start feeling like their social battery has run out. They are fully aware of all these things, so they just avoid what might trigger it right away. When an introvert is in a crowded place, they cannot help but just spend their energy. Believe us or not, even when they are only saying short phrases and not really conversing with others, their energy will run out immediately. The external stimuli from the noise and sensations the people around you bring are the main reasons why an introvert's brain can get easily overwhelmed. This is why introverts will want to go home immediately, because this is the only time they can recharge and regain the energy they have lost. If you still aren't sure if you're an introvert or not, why not try asking yourself these questions? When a social event begins, do you often have a nice time before becoming exhausted? Is this time more imminent when there are lots of strangers around and the noise level is too high? At some point during a social event, do you feel the need to leave? If you answered yes to these questions, then you might not like being around people because of introversion. 2. Your social anxiety gets triggered. Despite certain similarities, social anxiety and introversion are not the same. A socially anxious person's discomfort in social settings is caused by dread, not tiredness. Around other individuals, they could feel frightened, threatened, or extremely insecure. These emotions might be so debilitating that they experience severe distress even from being in a social setting. People who struggle with social anxiety dread being among other people. Whatever the true origin of their social anxiety may be, it all stems from the irrational fear of being rejected, mocked, or injured. However, always remember that social anxiety is an actual mental health disorder. This is why if you identify with any of the descriptions above, it is best to consult a professional. This video is not intended to replace the works of a psychiatrist or a therapist. Please do not use this to self-diagnose. 3. You are a highly sensitive person. People who are highly sensitive frequently feel too intensely or excessively. Physically, quickly, mentally, and emotionally reacting to internal or external stimuli is referred to as high sensitivity. They are more sensitive to social cues like other people's speech and expressions. They might be especially sympathetic, but they might also be more prone to overstimulation. Although they are quite similar with an introversion, their experiences are too wide and complex to categorize it as just introversion. Most highly sensitive people are introverts, but it doesn't mean an extrovert cannot be an HSP at all. Highly sensitive people are more prone to not liking being around many people because all the external stimuli they can sense can easily bombard them. They feel things deeply, so they can get drained easily too. They feel things deeply, not just people but also sense, lights, sounds, and etc. In a crowded place, the mind of an HSP is busy just processing things and information. It's easy to know if you are a highly sensitive person or not. Most of the time, HSPs do not like being surrounded or cornered by many people. This is why you can see them avoid crowded places at all costs. Since they process things deeply, they will also have a slight dislike of intense personalities like those that are loud and very active people. If you're at a party, an HSP will do everything to get out of the place or go home as early as they can. 4. You may be antisocial. You may think that introverts and antisocial people are the same since they prefer to be alone. Although they have some similarities, they are definitely two different things. Introverts just find socializing draining and recharge their energy through spending time alone. They still love talking to friends and loved ones, but they do have their limits. When it comes to antisocial individuals, they consciously and deliberately avoid people because they are not fond of them. Well, this isn't just because they don't like them at all. This behavior also comes from many different reasons. You should also always keep in mind that being antisocial can be a part of a personality disorder. If you are not an expert, you should not casually use this word to refer or describe yourself and other people. If you feel like you or someone you know is like this, the only way to verify it is through consulting a doctor. They will not only give you a diagnosis but will also teach you how to overcome the struggles that come with it. When you are antisocial, you might not find connections and socialization as stimulating and as exciting like other people would. For you, being left alone is much more fun than having to interact with people. There is also a chance that it isn't as deep as a personality disorder but just a preference to be alone. There are just people who are more at peace when they are just by themselves. It could also possibly be because of a past issue or incident where they got hurt, so now they are trying to be defensive by staying away from other people. However, it would be more appropriate to use the word loner for this instead of just calling yourself antisocial. You can ask some of these questions to make sure of it. Are those around you someone you easily get irritated by? Do you shy away from interacting with people? Do you think that people in general are not your favorite? 5. You are with the wrong people. A lot of people say that it's not with how expensive or fancy your food is, but it's all about who you are spending your dinner with. A meal from a 5-star restaurant would never be enjoyable if sitting across the table is the person who you hate the most. You'll end up just wasting the experience. This is the same in all aspects of life. You have to check who you are with because they are the biggest factors of you wanting to socialize with others. Even when you are not an introvert or you do not have anxiety, if you don't like the people around you, you would never enjoy socialization events at all. Make sure you are not surrounded by the wrong people or people who you can't vibe with. This is especially true to younger people who are just starting to build their networks, friend groups, and connections. Due to our desire to fit in, we try to join several groups and make everyone there accept us. It becomes a problem because even when we don't like their company, we force connections because we don't like getting left out. Even if you may hang out with some of the guys from your school or college, you know deep down that you don't like their company. There is a problem, but you are unable to pinpoint what it is. Perhaps it's someone making hurtful jokes, having shallow talks, or not sharing similar interests. As a result, you continue attending gatherings and parties since that is what you are expected to do. But you are aware that you have no place here. You don't belong in this group. This is what will force you to wonder about how genuine your feelings are towards these people. If you are asking this question and having these thoughts in your head now, then maybe it is time to reassess and revise the people you spend time with. To make things quite easier for you, since this part is the hardest one at all, here are some questions you should ask yourself. Do you keep certain connections because you feel obligated to rather than because you want to? Do you frequently feel awkward around some people in your life? Do you frequently feel uneasy around someone in your circle? That's it for today's video. You can leave any of your questions, suggestions, or reactions in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever a new video is up. Until next time. Thank you for watching.